format for the DeFRaG World Cup 2021. And obviously the theme tune and the hype music goes on, so everything changes. New atmosphere, etc., etc. Go tell your friends and family to come join in the stream. We'll be checking out the results in about 22 minutes time. I've just found out that we've got some shopping arriving in the next 30 to 90 minutes, so I might have to help with some manual labor, but that will only take me away for like 2 minutes. Anyway, I'm gonna call ZeeL. Hopefully our sound is okay, and he can hear me all right. So stand by, caller. Hello. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, perfect.
Brilliant. Hang on a sec. I'm just going to make sure people can hear you. How are things for you? How are you doing?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm fine. What about you?
Yeah, really good. I'm super excited for this. Everyone, this is ZeeL, one of the map makers for the DeFRaG World Cup 2021 round 4. I'm trying to think where to start. We've kind of done this quite spontaneously. I guess. Where do you want to start? What are your thoughts of the map? What have you learned through this kind of week of people grinding?
As expected, I learned a lot, and I expect to learn even more when seeing the result. But the idea was to make a map as open as possible. And well, I teamed up with Nib, who made like pretty much a freestyle map on the previous World Cup. And Frog asked us if we wanted to map together, so yeah, because we had pretty much the same style. So yeah, sure, I was hyped, and thankfully he's a VQ3 player, and if the map this year is VQ3 playable, you have Nib to thanks, because I'm unable to test for VQ3.
So when did the map when did the start of this map like creation begin? When did you begin that?
It started in, I would say, February or March, maybe.
Really?
When we started brainstorming ideas with Nib, yeah. And
so
I know it doesn't look like it right now, but the idea at the beginning was to make a map, a downhill map, like I think it was in the first Tony Hawk Pro Skater. the downhill, you are in a dam, a dried up dam, and you need to go down. And the idea was, we started to play around this idea, and after putting some brushes together and starting the map, at the end I had a lot of trouble with the downhill part, because I had to make sure that people doesn't reach insane speeds, and the map lost the downhill part because of that.
That's quite cool though. I like that Tony Hawk reference. That's good.
Yeah, the idea was that, and Nib made a few downhill skate maps, so we started from here.
Amazing. So how much time in total do you think you guys actually spent working on the map?
I would estimate maybe between 400 and 500 hours on my part.
Wow. Just from you?
Yeah, but a lot of it also comes from the fact that I suck a lot with Radiant. I'm really slow. And yeah, thankfully, like I had a lot of help from Nib, of course, and like Puni, for example, he made all the jump and frag triggers. I had, as usual, a lot of help from Capcorp. He's my go-to. We are friends IRL, and he's the one I always ask when I have troubles with Radiant or mapping in general.
So you know each other in person? Do you guys live near each other?
Yeah, we live like 50 kilometers apart.
So what city or area? What area are you from? It's in France, right?
Yeah, in the French Alps.
Amazing, that's really cool. Sorry, I was going to carry on there. I just lost my trail of thought completely. I got to thank you, by the way, on behalf of like everyone. That's a huge amount of dedication to spend that much time on the map for, I guess, what we call sort of a very important competition in our small but long-term community. But moving away from that for a moment, and you're going to have to forgive my ignorance, but what's your other experience in mapping look like? Are there maps that maybe people are going to recognize that you've made or been a part of? Like, what does mapping look like before this year for you?
It, from a visual standpoint, it's pretty much exactly like the map from the cup.
Right, so that's like
Like,
your trademark then.
yeah, pretty much. I'm totally unable to do what Puni or Megatech or Ghost can do, as you saw from the previous rounds.
Hmm.
I'm totally unable to do this kind of mapping, but with the trims and not necessarily like one color texture, but
Hmm.
this kind of maps, like I'm sure pretty much from the a lot of people knew it was maybe my map from the trailer we had.
Ah, okay. So it's like, oh, I recognize this.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, nice. So what about this? The secrets. I think I remember you mentioning on chat that you had been toying with some of these ideas because there's like that sort of mini game, right? Um, what
Yeah,
was the
actually,
inspiration?
it was uh, Capcorp went to visit me for a barbecue a few months ago, and I was talking to him and wanted to do some kind of auto scroller like old platformer games. So we started playing around with Radiant, and he's the one that did the fact that we are for the minigame you are basically inside the giant trigger that
Hmm.
continuously pushes you forward, and we started to do a few obstacles like that,
Hmm.
and I kept going on my own, and because the map was done like a long time before the deadline, I decided
Nice.
to put the minigame in it.
That's really cool, actually. And I got to say, I'm terrible at it. I can't get past all the rocket jumping sections. So it does have that sort of Flappy Bird feel to it, if you know what I mean.
Kind of.
It's just like some bits are actually pretty technical. Um, okay, I want to sort of move on to your general like expectations for and if actually, anyone's got any like questions they've got in chat, by the way, do shout out if there's anything you think is relevant that I've missed. But what kind of times do you think you're expecting to see on VQ3 and CPM?
On on VQ3, I'm not 100% sure because I'm not playing it myself, but I'm hoping for a sub 50 seconds.
Hmm.
Maybe if everything goes well together. What I'm hoping, especially for VQ3, would be a lot more route variation,
Hmm.
but sadly, I think it won't be there. There won't be a lot more than compared to CPM.
Hmm.
And for CPM, I guess like 35 seconds maybe.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, and I'm hoping for a lot of crazy routes. For the map was made with crazy routes in mind, so I'm hoping for that.
Yeah, I mean, I've because there's been people streaming, and I've seen a couple of demos floating around. It's people between the sort of 39 and 42, 43 second mark, and there's just every demo seems to be different. There's something special about it. So again, remarkable. I know when you get to the top, you get a few people talking to each other, right? And sometimes you see like three guys will have the same kind of run, another three will have another type of run, and so on and so forth. Who do you think's gonna come out on top?
Hard to say, but maybe because there's a lot of slick in this map, maybe Anne could be top one
It's a good
for
point,
this week.
actually. I was talking about it earlier, and I think I've probably not given Anne enough credit on this map because I've been saying Baz, but you're definitely right. You
And
can't
to be
ignore
honest,
Anne.
I didn't know Anne was that good with weapon either, but seeing his runs from
Hmm.
round 3, I think, where he did like he was among the top 5,
Yeah,
he's way better with weapon than I thought he was. So I feel a map like this, it's for him to grab.
I think you're right. It'd be interesting to watch like what sort of top speeds and stuff he hits on each slick surface.
Exactly. But once again, because of the kind of map it is, it could be like we could see a run where it blows everyone people's mind, saying like, oh, yeah, why didn't I think about that? It felt so obvious when seeing the demo,
Hmm.
and maybe we'll see this kind of stuff.
Yeah. So there's a question from Piotrski is like, now that you saw people grinding the map, is there anything that you wished you changed, or have you not sort of thought about that yet?
Um, there's a few bugs here and there, but it's not game breaking from what I saw.
Mhm.
I saw a demo actually earlier then that does a skip that I never thought was a thing, and it
Really?
completely breaks one of the part I did for the map, where this part was made on purpose to slow people down at some point, and this skip like just destroyed this idea.
Oh, fair play.
So I'm sure we'll see some stuff I will be really impressed by.
Yeah, these are basically professionals at breaking maps, so yeah, we're going to see
Yeah.
some mad things. Sockham asks, is there going to be a strafe-only version of the map after the DeFRaG World Cup?
Because I saw Sokam trying to do a weaponless run on this map. I will try to release a strafe
Awesome.
version of this map. It looks fun.
That's super cool. This Neuron's asking, are we going to see sub 40? I think the general consensus is yes for CPM, no for
Or
VQ3.
CPM, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily. Sub 40. I'm hoping for 35, maybe
Awesome.
even less.
Yeah, I think my guess is like 34.5. I might be a bit ambitious with that call, but I feel like I've been quite okay at guessing so far. I'm usually like half a second off, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Amazing. So, like, thanks so much for jumping on at such short notice. With
No problem, my pleasure.
with 10 minutes to go, I'm gonna crack on with the rest of the show. But is there anything you wanted to share at all? Yeah, before the end of the interview.
Yeah, sure. A big thanks to all the DeFRaG World Cup organizer, mappers, testers, and everyone. Like it's the first time I'm participating in that event on that side of the spectrum, and everyone has been like really helpful, helping each other. It was really interesting, and yeah, really good people and really good advice all the time. So, and it's a lot of works for everyone. So
Yeah,
I'm really happy to be part of it.
yeah. I think really you've by showing your dedication, you're showing just that's a small fraction of what everybody's doing to make this event come to life. Which is again maybe why it's not every year, because there's just so much to do. It's
Yeah,
incredible.
and especially the maps. Usually
Hmm.
if it's not every year, it's because we are always in need of maps,
Yeah, totally.
and it takes a lot of time to do that. So
Yeah, 100%. All right, ZeeL. Merci beaucoup. Thank you for joining. It's a great time. So I'm not going to get a chance to practice my French otherwise. But yeah, I look forward to your reactions to the results. And yeah, hopefully we'll speak again.
yeah, sure. Thanks.
Awesome. Cheers, ZeeL. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was ZeeL, guys. Thank you so much, ZeeL, for joining. There's lots of really, really cool insights there. I'm going to just put on the soft music before we get to the burning hype that we're going to have in a very short while. I just need to make sure that I've got the other part of my stream window working. So stand by, folks. Let's see if we are working. Why aren't you doing that? Alright. Almost there, guys. Okay. Sorry, I'm floating around on the 2017 page at the moment. I have submitted my demo. I can confirm that I have submitted my demo. It's in there. Don't know what kind of result we're going to get, but we are to find out. Let's go through the standings a little bit before we get to the results in 8 minutes' time. My whole desktop thing has just gone wild for a second. Alright, I've just, yeah. If I hear the door or something, I'm going to keep one earphone off. I'll have to run for it, because unfortunately Claire's back is killing her, so I will be multitasking a little bit for whenever this delivery arrives. So forgive me if I have to run away for like 2-3 minutes. But yeah, I'll come back as quickly as I can. So even if it happens in the results, I'm just going to pause everything and we'll go from there. Anyway, onwards with results a bit. So we've got VQ3 on the left, CPM on the right. So as you can see, Hades, excitingly, is in first position at the moment. So he's just under 50 points ahead of Yotun, over 50 ahead of Strangeland and Dex, who are 1 point between each other. And I would say this is kind of the cluster here that are most likely competing for the win. You do, however, have Delta and Zas, who are kind of outside possibilities for taking the win, or definitely a chance of getting into the top 3 on a podium. But I was just wondering, can Hades hold on to that top spot? It's kind of like a tense period to be in. I don't think he's a favorite for this map at all. I think if he can get himself a top 3 this map, I think that's an amazing hold for him, because I think we're very likely going to go to a strafe map next. I could definitely be wrong, but it's certainly my suspicion. And when we get to a strafe map, suddenly Hades is probably the favorite to win those and then to re-extend his lead. I don't know if you guys agree with me or disagree. You feel like it's a Hades map. Everything's a Hades map. I mean, I see Hades being, you know, less than a second away from the top spot, but I think Hades is a strafe god, in my opinion. He's certainly incredible with weapons, but I don't think he is the level of Strangeland, Dex, or god, even what Zas and potentially Delta have been showing us with weapons as well. I put Hades and Yotun as the really the guys who, when there's a strafe map, are bringing out all the stops. And to be fair, Yotun's been super impressive, and I think he won the first map, didn't he? Which was a weapon map anyway, with quite a lot of strafing involved too, but certainly a lot of weapons as well. Over on CPM, it kind of looks like we're having a sort of throwback to 2017 and 2014, where Baz is kind of building a lead as we get into the sort of mid rounds. It's important for Baz to win this if he wants to kind of cement victory, and I think if he does win it, and if he wins it convincingly, especially if like Goblin or Woody aren't directly behind him, I struggle to see how anybody else is going to win. But there's quite the sort of race between Goblin, Woody, and Anne keeping himself very much in contention, despite being probably more of a god of the strafe, and as ZeeL was saying, of Slick as well. Definitely some strong performances that we've had from Icarus and Liths, Hox, and the others are not a million miles out there, but I would say Icarus can possibly compete for a podium if either the planets, aligned. But I would say it's more a sort of a 4-horse race here between these 4 players. That's my kind of breakdown. We're now 4 minutes away from where we're going to be. I can maybe give people a quick reminder of where we were last time in round 3. We had Zas, who actually won, which is pretty unreal. Am I right, guys? That is Zas's first ever round win in a DeFRaG World Cup. I'd love to get some like stats on that. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. You think Spaz says think so? Knight says think so? Pretty sure it is. That's so sick, though. I was so buzzing to see Zas take the W, actually. And it's like puts pressure on someone like Dex, who Zas was the only one in front of him. And like, look how good Dex's time was. Almost a second up on Hades. And Zas still taking him down. And those 12 points fewer that Dex gets, that could be the difference between him defending his title or not. I'm going to quickly spam on my Discord. One second, guys. Thank you. I've got Claire's phone next to me in case the door goes and I miss it. So, we're covered, guys. We're covered. I say I'm covered. I've got to not get too into what's going to happen in a couple of minutes' time, guys. We are 1 minute and 10 seconds away. So, I think it's about time we kind of reignite the shub. How are points calculated? It's based off the sort of how far away your time is from the #1 position. So if you're like 1,000th, well, you can't be 1,000th away. If you're like a frame away, then, you know, maybe you get 999. I don't really know how, like, what the calculation is exactly, but depending on how far away is how much fewer points you're going to get below 1,000. Just make sure you submit your run, regardless. Make sure you submit your run. That's all you've got to do. We are now 15 seconds away, guys. 15 seconds away. I'm going to go to the round page. We are now 5 seconds away. 4, 3, 2, and 1. It is time to refresh. Hopefully, oh, we have got it. We've got it straight away. All right, let's slow it down a little bit. I'm gonna keep this phone in front of me. Oh my god. Again, forgive me. Please forgive me in advance of me having to go for like 2 minutes. If it happens, it happens. But I am going to still go through of the entire show, so worry not. Let's take a look, guys. Then DeFRaG World Cup 2021 round 4 results. Tad slower. We can see that we have 152 CPM entrants at the moment. Don't have time to slow down today. I might have to. So you want the 322? Is this a sort of fan of VP Dota or whoever it was? Scarecrow, Timothy. Scarecrow's been actually streaming. Like, I saw him streaming earlier today, and I see him at like every DeFRaG World Cup. I would love to just like give him some pointers or something if I catch him like in time, basically. Scarecrow's there in chat. We appreciate your dedication, Scarecrow. Let's go down a bit. There we go. Okay, this is better. Alright, so top 100. God, at this point, it looks like top 100, I think, is going to be within 50 seconds, maybe? Maybe more, actually. Like, we're sort of 19, 18, 17s, like, and only 34 places away from it. Hey, Raven's there. I wonder also how many VQ3 players there are going to be. I do tend to expect like maybe a couple more people drop out week on week just as you get through the sort of the grind of the competition. It is an intense competition. So maybe expecting like 85 to 90 people in VQ3, hopefully. We've got Raven there, D-Tech there who's in chat. There's suddenly been a massive drop. We're going from like 117 to 14, 13, 11, 9, 8, 7. Arc Rhythm. It's one of the other streamers, I believe. I'm not running ads, Metzger, so apologies if that's happening, but I'm not running anything my side, so hopefully this uninterrupted content regardless. Nermore again, he's been streaming pretty actively. We've got Gel here who gets himself just in the minutes. So Kodisha, he is the first one in sub 1 minute. Congrats, mate, getting that sub minute. So we are... How much further down the 50s are we going to get, actually? 15 people left till we get to the top 100. Gel is a VQ3 runner. He's really, really good. Oh, we got Covenant as well. My old buddy. Maybe we're going to still be well above the 50s, actually, by the time we get there. Strowl. Really surprised that Strowl's 55.8. Maybe he just didn't grind this map so much. He was looking really, really hot, actually, in round 3, in my opinion. There's 2. 54.7. I mean, I'm, like, surprised, but at the same time hopeful that maybe this means that I've not got a terrible scoring. Nethergreen, just outside of the top 100 is going to be ES Rody. And that's Surge. 52.9. We're now top 100. I'm expecting to see VQ3 relatively soon. Maybe the next 10 lines or so. Got a few people in the 52s. Zyper, Elliot, Syntax, Zag, Tech. And suddenly there's been a drop of a second. Drop of basically another second. Looks like Winrar Salesman is here, 93rd. 50.144. Now we are 91 players have made it into the sub 50s. Hopefully VQ3. Pretty please. I know it's not the easiest of maps. But let's get the VQ3 in soon. We are flying down at the moment. 4 people were in the 49s. We're well into the 48s at the moment. We've got Terrify there. Muso running. Ooh, I've gone up to... I've restarted in time. Nice one. There we go. 85 people in the VQ3. Timothy starting us off with 5 minutes. Thanks for that, Timothy. We've got Nosp as well. Backbone, Zelty. Hitachi there. 135s. We've got with Nature now. 47.2. Not lost to VQ3 here. Congrats. Piotsky there. 46.8. Got Prox there as well, actually. Ravens also submitted a time. ZeeL. ZeeL put a VQ3 time in. ZeeL, if you put a CPM time in, I'm going to report you to the DeFRaG police. Yeah, congrats on the top 80, Piotsky. 46.5. Dead Esther is there. Barry Allen. Barry Allen showed us a time in CPM at the beginning. Tamer over here. Mixinic. American Cos 121. So we're starting to get to the sub 120s there for VQ3. Very shortly getting to sub 45s. It's I'm quite surprised at the clusters we're getting. Can I possibly be making top 50 again? That would be insane, I think. Quokey, Mins, there we go. Lambaro, very familiar name actually. I've seen Lambaro a bit. He's first of the sub 45s in CPM. A lot of time. We're shaving a lot of time on VQ3 at the moment. Piotsky, top 63 there on VQ3. About to get sub 60. Now, Crazy Al is going to round out top 60 here. He's got the same time as Aurum. Vost Vessel, 43.7. Lunatic. Got a lot of time. Suddenly there's like 4/10 has just been shaved off. Kick Hacks. Oh, I think guys, you're gonna have to pause, I'm afraid, because I've got to grab the door. We will continue to go through this in 2 or 3 minutes. Sorry, guys. Just blue balling people for results at the moment. We're in the top 56. The shopping is sorted, guys, so I've got a bit of time. Shall we carry on a little bit? Let's do that. I'm going to make it even slower, in fact. And welcome everyone else who's been joining. M16, did you get the time that you wanted? Just narrowly outside the top 50 there. We're going to get to the sub 1 minute in not long. Siggy just outside top 50. Here we're in the 50s. Is2 is going to be the first one there. Foreste. I don't know if I'm saying that right at all. Got 48. We got the top 50. Let's go. Charlotte there, 49. Newbricked. Oh, Newbricked. 3/10 more. And actually only 1 position difference. That's really surprising. Zerg in here. We've got Michael. Warlord's been in chat. I think he has. Boris the 14th, still getting the times out. Mark here, Effect. Now sub 41s we're in. Still over a minute at the moment on VQ3. Draconics in the 40th. Right, sub 40s, let's go. Oh my god, my voice. Rainfire. ZeeL. Alright, DeFRaG police, guys. Map makers submitting. No, I'm messing with you. Manoa there. Oh my god, these are really close. All between a 10th between each other, essentially. Berserk, Makendo. We are 101 at the moment for VQ3. Alim with a 40.1. Toshka has got exactly the same time. Chet. I can't say it. I can't say it. Recruit there with 32. Nice there from Recruit. Here's the top 30s now. Top 30s is going to be sub 40 seconds and top 29 for the sub minute for VQ3. Got Mystic 39.5. So how bloody much faster are we going to be getting at this point from everybody essentially? Cans 39.4. Really nice. Now sub 39s over here. Go well into the sub 1 minutes at the moment for VQ3. Got Storm just narrowly outside of the top 20s. Cab Courts 38.5. Nibbit here. Nibbit's been involved in this. He's just outside the top 20s. Now we are into the demos that we're actually going to be seeing at the moment. Kioi just outside. I would have loved to see him, but suddenly we lose half a second over here. And we're losing massive amounts of time now. Pakistan there. Nebula into the 55s. Knight there, 37.5. Is that the run where you did a whiff? I'm curious there because we're going to see your run no matter what. Holy crap, how are we at 35s? What the hell's gone on? 54s. Saw that Snow's 18th. Snow was doing some insane runs already, actually. So we're about to hit into the top 10s. 34. We're 34. All right, now we are as fast as I thought we were going to get for CPM. Can we get to sub... Oh my god. Almost 2 seconds have just disappeared over here. Zas is going to get 8. He did play in the CPM in that case. Even Delta's doing brilliantly. Got Enter, Brigand top 8. Mosca, Gopa. Delta gets top 6 again. That seems to be like his favorite spot in VQ3. Icarus in top 5. Yotun top 5. We've got Goblin is in 4. Holy shit, we're in 32 seconds. Hades gets 4th. Dex and Baz. Alright, this is spicing things up a little bit. Zas comes second and is second. What a performance there by Zas. And Strangeland is going to get first place by 5 frames. We got Woody as well by a 10th and a half ahead of Anne. Holy crap. Okay. Big plays from Woody to get himself the win. If he wants to defend the title, he needed to get that win. And, well, Strangeland, I mean, he's been kind of among the top 5 quite a lot. That is maybe his real application now to make it as a first place contender. He's been one of the main challengers of Dex for a long time. And Hades, he's less than a second away from Strangeland, so he's probably gonna be close to first place, maybe second place by the end of the round when we see the points tallied up. But it's going to be really, really interesting then going into round 5 to see what happens. So congrats to the players. Does that know Lith? Lith, did you not submit a time? Where is Lith? What has Lith been doing? 48 VQ3. I'm amazed that we are at 32s for CPM. How the hell did we get there? We're at 5 seconds that we get rid of here from 20th to 1st. We got 8 seconds from 20th to 1st on VQ3. It sounds like there's something that we need to look into a little bit. So, let's try and find some demos. All right. I'm going to go to the streamers pack because I'm worried if I go to all players demos, they're going to be out of order a little bit. So, give me a moment to set up. And yeah, we'll be ready really soon. Zas is beasting it at the moment. First, last round now, and second. Is he contending for at least a podium? I think so. CPM. Alright. I have the demos, guys. I have the demos. I'm going to turn this off. Move this to the side. Okay, I can load up the game. I believe. Nothing gonna go wrong, please? Please, nothing go wrong. It's pretty impressive. Top 4 are 4/10 away from each other in CPM. Alright, I gotta stop talking about the results now. Let's get to the demos themselves. We start with VQ3. So, welcome to the demo reviews of the DeFRaG World Cup 2021, round 4. We are going to be starting with Pakistan, who is 56.024. So ZeeL's suspicion was that maybe routes are going to be somewhat similar. Interestingly, though, that Pakistan doesn't use the initial rocket. He's actually strafing off the beginning. So he saved a rocket for somewhere. This is the quad area. You don't get that on CPM. You get the quad on VQ3 to make that route more viable. However, the suspicion is that it's maybe too viable, so we're going to see all of the VQ3 runners use that part of the map. But, you know, we're only on the first run reviewing of the stream. Nice little 2x rocket. And he's got 2 more checkpoints left to get. What does that mean he wants to get? So there's one here, but does he want to go through the teleporter anyway? Because he's got the 10 checkpoints now. So he's still using that. Rocket jump onto a bit of Slick. Slick doesn't accelerate like it does for CPM. ZeeL is already surprised. So there was it's so hard because this map kind of has this way of bending your mind and thoughts somehow because of the way that you're trying to calculate the checkpoints and the rockets that you're getting and when you've got to use them. So I think without kind of playing the demos, each of them multiple times, it's hard to really tell the depth of like difference that there are between runs. But we did immediately see something that was slightly striking to me as someone starting run without using the rocket jump. It's very interesting. So we're now straight away cutting 6/10 to a 55.4 and going over to Nebula's run. So we got something else different. Nebula doesn't use a rocket off the start. And then uses 2 after that first checkpoint. Again, still going for the VQ3 zone. And he's got a lot of speed. He's got over 1800 going through that area. So absolutely flying. Okay. So he takes a hard left, gets a brilliant 2x rocket. I gotta say, I'm also now surprised the differences in runs that we're getting at the beginning of this. Someone using the left route. So he's already got the 10 checkpoints. So he's not going to go through the teleporter. He does find that little sort of the curvature in the wall. So the geometry, a little slow up to the top, but that's a fast run still. Really nice work from Nebula. Really, really nice work. Now we're going over to Snow's route. We've got a 55.2. I don't know if I've seen the PB, but I think this is what I'm expecting a lot of the runs to look like. But I mean, it's already not the case. See, he does the rocket jump at the start, little wall clip there. When I saw Snow do this, I was like, oh, this all makes perfect sense. It looks incredibly optimized. How could anything ever be different? I have not slowed the videos down. Yeah, I can promise you I have not slowed the videos down. Nice little 2 times himself. It does get like a little bit too much verticality on that one. So it doesn't really keep the speed going forward. But I would say theoretically this is like very much what I was expecting to see. So the thing is though, he's got now 10 checkpoints. If he's going through the teleporter, he's now got 11 checkpoints. Which there's nothing wrong with that. But because I guess this is what I've seen already, I'm like, well, this is the norm. So how are people going to do things different? But surely using just the 10 checkpoints is going to be better. However, if you use 10 checkpoints and not 11, you get 1 fewer rockets. So, what is the calculation that you work from there? This should be nothing different to any of the previous shows. Crap, in terms of the frames. More checkpoints, more better. So, okay, no rocket off the start. $1,700 straight away. Nebula definitely been like the most impressive one through that sort of quad section. This is Effect, by the way, who's got half a second faster than Snow with a 54.7 is what he's going to have by the end of it. So he's going left. All right. Like, color me 3 times rocket. We've got a 3 times rocket from Effect. Now he's going to the lower area. It's probably just got... Oh, he doesn't quite, like, build the speed there, but he does keep momentum. He's also going to be getting 11 checkpoints. 1 rocket to go. He's not going to use a slick. He's going to use... I like the way that he ended it because he got like 400, 500 extra UPS on that. That was really, really nice from Effect. All right. I got to say, I'm loving what I'm seeing in VQ3 at the moment. This is really, really cool. All the runs have been totally different so far. There've only been 4 runs, so there's definitely time for there to be some repetition. But I would say I have already reached my threshold of satisfaction from VQ3. So, yeah, really, really cool stuff. Let's move over. Now we're getting some people who are like really close in times now. We had Effect on a 54.7. Now we've got Sentinel on a 54.416. So let's move over to Sentinel. Is the left side giving an extra rocket over the right? Oh, maybe that really does mix things up. Is that the case? Again, I should have probably done more research onto VQ3 before this, but... So I don't think anything super new that we from the start there from Sentinel. Oh, wait, he like switched sides there. That looked pretty cool. Well, he got 2 rockets on that checkpoint, I think. No, he got 3 rockets on that checkpoint. Really nice rockets there. Oh, that was really, really good. So he's going to get 1 rocket from this. Strafe down and presumably use this rocket. Yeah, off the slick. And here's the last rocket. Just to catch him right over that sort of upwards ramp. Both sides gives 3, says ZeeL. Okay, well, we can take that as sort of gospel. As the map maker has spoken. I mean, this is all like... This is all still quite different. To be fair, again, everyone's going to use the quad route, I think, but you know, I'm still waiting for possible differences. So now we're moving on to Ket, who is a 10th faster. He's got exactly the same time as Damned Light. He'll be the demo that we watch afterwards. But we go to Ket, 54.312. Alright, strafing. No early rocket. There's the sort of rocket that just makes tremendous amounts of sense. So yeah, this is like first half of the map. It's kind of like, what are the little warbles we're going to use? Oh, there's a switch of size. The little warbles we're going to use to, you know, get through the quad and that sort of line, essentially. Nice. 2 times rocket, 1300 UPS there. It's got 7 of 10 checkpoints, so we're going to see him be 10 for 10, aren't we? Oh no, we're not going to be 11 for 10. I counted the 7 before he got into that section. And he is going to use the slick, actually. Very nice maneuver there to the finish line. Why do people keep asking if I'm slowing the demo? I am absolutely not slowing the demo. So we're going to go over to Damned Light next. I think he's been streamed, but I haven't seen him stream this map. I know I've been a little bit, like, less active than I was in previous weeks. But I know that Damned Light does stream his runs, at least on previous rounds, regularly. Maybe I am using a lower FOV than the streamers. Maybe, yeah, that's got to be it. But my FOV has not changed in a long time. All right, so we get the early rocket. So this is already different to Ket, whose time is exactly the same as his. There's a weird, like, sort of stuttering there of movement, it felt like. It's kind of like waiting for the right position to get all those rocket jumps in. It does look so slick the way he does that, though. Using that corner so he turns a lot earlier. Oh my god. I feel like you got to look where you're going. I mean, you obviously don't, but watching it just kind of gives you that better line of sight. Oh, I like these rockets. That's very stylish. And a quick rocket off the slick. It looked like it was about to fall off, actually. I mean, if you compare sort of Ket and Damned Light, they are pretty different runs, but exactly the same outcome. However, we're going to move now to 13th in VQ3, which is going to be Kissel, with a 53.8. 5/10ths faster than the last 2 runs we've seen. Alright, early rocket jump. Or loads of speed there. That reminds me of what Nebula did. He had a tremendous amount coming out of there. And shows how you can, like, maximize from that jump. We're not going to get the switch there from Kissel. Look, he's okay. He's changing directions. 3 times rocket jump, 1400 UPS. And he's still going to sort of take the somewhat lower route. It just doesn't look like you can go upper, even though you'd have enough checkpoints to do so. So it is going to be 11 for 10 still. A good rocket jump there. Over 1800 UPS there for Kissel to get a brilliant 13th position here in round 4. So what do they get by shooting into the red? That red area, which has like rocket icons that are like popping up. If you shoot it and the rocket lands in it, then you get a sort of vertical boost, which makes it a lot easier to kind of to traverse that area essentially with rockets. Because without it, it just makes it a significantly more like technical run essentially. It's still possible. It just suddenly you remove probably 75% of the players from being able to do that gap, and they'd be forced to go lower. We move to 12th position now. This is IVX8, actually. I'd normally expect IVX8 to be higher up in the rankings, but it looks like he hasn't been as successful in DeFRaG World Cup 2021 as he has in sort of previous ones. But again, this is still a god tier player, so going to be interesting to see what he does anyway. We seem to be alternating between people who do the rocket jump off the start and people who don't. 1600 UPS. That strafe, man. Like, the way that he accelerated to 2k is pretty nuts, to be fair. And strafe maps are definitely where I think IVXA excels, if that's fair for me to say. 2 times rocket jump. I mean, like, really good speed off those 2 rockets. He's 8 for 10. I think I'm maybe expecting to see some, like, 2 times rocket jumps in that section later on. I guess we'll have to see. We're still quite a few seconds from right at the top at this point. One of the slower ends, though, at 1300 UPS. One of the previous ones we saw, I think, wasn't it Kissel, had 1800 or so. So, yeah, still super nice run there for IVX8. That is 12th position. Big thanks to Theo for the prime, man. I appreciate it. Oh, you forgot to submit. Dude. Come on. Thanks again, though, Theo. Thank you. We're just outside of the top 10. We are now going 0.3 faster. Stuff's getting bananas really soon, by the way. Go to step with a 53.256. I mean, I've actually got the Met ending, but it's still like a good run. So, I mean, it's tough to cobble together these runs. Alright. Nothing super different to the others from step so far. Is this a left route? No? Okay. It looked like he was going at that angle for a moment. This is a really nice rocket jump. 2 times. Kind of taking a hard left. Hoping to lose the least speed going around this corner. This looks pretty nice so far from step, actually. Oh, he's going directly in. Whee! Doesn't even take the slick or anything. Has one more rocket to use at the end. Looking really, really nice from step. That was a huge jump across. Really nice. That's a great way to round us out just before we get into the top 10. Because we are going to get our last of the 53s moving to Gopa, who's got a 53.048. So 0.2 faster than step. And, well, I'll explain what happens next after this run. Kappa, Lambaro. And top 10, not using rocket off the start. Oh, is that trend going to change soon? I mean, this section just looks so fun as well. I feel like I need to jump onto the VQ3 version of the map and try that out with the quad. Alright, he's going straight across. He actually got tons of speed there. Over 1300 just from the 2 times. Very nice from Gopa. He's going to use that rocket really early. He's just like, let's pump out that speed as fast as we can. We've got 1 rocket plus 1 more right at the end. He's going to use it, just kind of keeping momentum with that. Whoa. I mean, it definitely looked like a little bit of a struggle at the end, let's say, with the last 2 rockets. I feel like maybe you could use some of them earlier, but it's like still really, really cool. I liked what he did before the sort of last 2 checkpoints that he went to, and the usage of the rockets that he had there. I thought that was really, really solid. So we just had a 53.048 there from Gopa. Now we go to Moscow. He's got a 51.160. So we have just killed off almost 2 seconds going into this next one. Oh my god, you guys are driving me nuts at the moment. Right, so we've not had that initial rocket jump. He's got a lot of speed here, though. Just under 1800 UPS. Surely that's going to be a trend now. This has got to be the type of speeds we see on the quad from the rest of the guys in top 9. I would assume. So has this just been like the cleanliness of the runs so far? I know that 1800 through the quad area is going to probably make a big difference, but still got an extra rocket. He's not using it just yet. Ooh, little sort of couple of pre-fires there. He's at over 1800 UPS here. Tons of speed at the end. Yeah, that finish looks really, really effective. On top of that sort of good quad bit, that looked really nice, actually. Pretty nutty rockets there. Yeah, that was really nice and clean. Lovely, lovely run there from Muscular. That was a 9th position. We do move over to Brigand next, who is one of the sort of favorites of the competition, just from a sort of like style perspective, I'll say. He's got now a second faster than Moscow, who's just shown us a great run. Yeah, no immediate rocket usage. I don't know why I'm like perpetually surprised by that. I like that we had that sort of nebula run that really like spiced things up as well in the top 20. 1900 UPS. What are you doing, Brigand? What is going on at the moment? Oh my god. What? What? And he's still absolutely beasting it. He's doing it bloody backwards, guys. Sideways, every which way. And he's going to go direct. This guy just has no chill. 50.232 there from Brigand. I can hear that that De La Month or whatever the song's called, you know, from that Counter-Strike video. The soundtrack. I just don't understand why you would do that. And it's like the PB that he's submitted as well. That's insane. I can see it for fun, but he's actually just extraordinarily good at it. That is so cool. And I love that too. And he's like doing like backwards strafe as well. You see, he was holding backwards and right to strafe in the direction he was doing it. This is just incredibly stylish. If there were seriously style points in the DeFRaG World Cup, Brigand is currently winning that by quite a long way, I would say. Yeah, style point. And you know, there's the honorable runs videos that the DeFRaG World Cup YouTube channel puts out, where I think he's just trying to get highlighted in that quite a lot. Again, do check out the DFWC, like the official YouTube channel, because they put out lots of runs too at the end of each round. I love that they're actually working a bit more on the sort of social media stuff. Quake guys are often a bit slow getting to that stuff, but we're doing it now, the DeFRaG World Cup 2021. Does DeFRaG have an option for a rear mirror? I mean, that would make it less impressive, wouldn't it? But, like, fortunately, there isn't, so it's still violently impressive. We're going to move now into the sub-50s, guys. 0.3 faster than Brigand. It is Enter with a 49.960. My guess is no one else is going to be doing the run backwards for quite the same period. You kind of... I mean, you regularly do runs backwards, but only when you're doing rocket jumps, because you have to fire them behind you. Generally doesn't change much more than that. Really nice work through the quad. Again, we're seeing that sort of regular sort of 1900 UPS. The switch back across he does. 1800 here. 2 times. Almost 1400 UPS off that. I like that. That little double. It's got 2 more rockets left to play with. Oh, sorry, 2 more now. And 1 through this teleporter. Great speed. Oh my god, he kept so much through that. He just calculated that entrance into the final checkpoint flawlessly. Really, really nice work on the end there from Enter. That was spectacular. Top 6 we move to. we're moving to a lot of the really familiar names in the top 6. The top 6 has really been locked down by this player and the remaining 5. We've got Delta. We're suddenly killing off like 7/10. We're going now to a 41.192 here from Delta. $1,800 very quickly to 2.1k. Very nice rocket actually off the little slick. Again, this kind of benchmark 1,350 off the 2 times seems to be sort of par for the course. I mean, it's just been really, really clean so far. Oh, he gets a massive... Okay, I think I've understood it a bit more. Is that... it reminds me a bit of like the way the quick champions teleporters were for a bit. The sort of the verticality. If you drop from a high point, you go in it, you gain more horizontal speed. Really clean run there actually from Delta. I mean, super, super impressive. Getting the bloody job done. Yeah, vertical plus horizontal speed as all put into horizontal. I mean, it feels like as we now move into the top 5, we're going to be seeing people using and abusing that more and more. We've had a couple of people doing that already, including Delta. The thing is, that was a 49.192. He is just over a second away from first place, so there's really not a big difference between the remaining runners. We're now going to our man, Yotun. He got first in round 1 this DeFRaG World Cup, but he's going to be 5th here with a 48.992, a frame into the sub-49s. And Yotun was also someone who often gives us quite a bit of style, that I would say. There's sometimes like almost like an Easter egg in his runs where he does something just a bit outrageous. So we'll see. At the moment, just very clean, calculated. That rocket down actually was pretty slick. 1900 UPS at this point. This is one of the faster ones we've seen. 40 straight to 1400 UPS. So his execution on these rockets, in my opinion, have been some of the best that we've had so far. Very direct route now that he's taking over to this penultimate checkpoint that he'll cross. Yeah, and he's going for that verticality. Gets himself, well, it doesn't kind of max out quite as much as Delta did, but gets himself across the slick. Almost 2.5k UPS. Really, really clean there from Yotun. I'd say this wasn't like, what was it, this round 2, that strafe round, we just saw this ridiculousness through the obstacles. But a lovely, clean run there from Yotun, put himself in 5th place. Now, less than a 10th away on 48.912, we're going to move over to Frog, aka Hades, reigning in from Cuba. Interesting. I wonder if Hades were to win the competition, would he be a first esports world champion from Cuba? Very curious about that. Par for the course here with the sort of quad area, quickly in the 2.1Ks. Always able to find that bit of acceleration with his god tier strafing. Again, these rockets, man, they're just so far. Whoa. What? He's got 1,750 there. Sorry, that's broken my mind a bit. I don't understand. Was he 10 for 10 there rather than 11 for 10? He did the teleport noob. I'm gonna have to like slow down at some point when he decides to sort of change his mind of the route, which is soon. So there's so much time that you have to take for the right over here, where you have to do the 2 times, you go around. So he's kind of like cutting the physical distance that he traverses quite a lot, is what I'm understanding at the moment. But he's also not got that massive momentum, so he just comes out the teleport with less than 500 UPS. But it looks like he's cut so much of the actual physical distance that was traversed that it's actually faster. Some homework has been done by Hades, and possibly some of the guys that are in front. It's just slowed down. At that point, it was slowed down, okay? Very nice. Love that sort of change of pace that we've seen, you know? And still less than a tenth faster than Jotun, who's taken what we'd call, might as well call a sort of more traditional route at this point. We are going to delete 0.8 of a second, though, as we get into the podium sitters of round 4 for VQ3. We have got Dex now, 48.136. He is the GOAT for VQ3. What's he doing to take away 0.8? And is it going to be as different to what we've seen previously? Par for the course. Oh, just find a good bit of acceleration there. No, so he's chopped it around. He's got almost 2k UPS there. That's a lot of speed. This is just immensely clean. Over 1800 UPS here. Does get in. 2.3k. And zips to the end. I mean, that was the high hygiene run there, I think, of what we've seen sort of leading up to this, kind of where we set off from at Jotun, right? But you're just seeing those like increased speed caps being hit with some of the maneuvers. Really, really clean work. I mean, we're less than a tenth away from first place, but before we get to first place, guys, we've got our man Zas. He was first last weekend in round 3. He's going to be second this weekend here for round 4 with a 48.080. $2.2k. I think he just nudged there. Whoa there. Over 2k at this point? I think that's the difference, really. From what we saw from Dex, just getting those higher top speeds. Oh my god, 1.950 gets to 2.4, 2.6 here. Oh, almost brushing the sub 48s there, but unfortunately nobody's going to get sub 48 in this one. Very, very, very nice work there from Zas, getting himself top 2. But Strangeland getting himself his first victory, I think, of the 2021 DeFRaG World Cup. The real winners are Hades and Brigand. I mean, they've definitely given us some bloody surprises here, right? But yeah, let's give it up to Strangeland now. Is it going to be the same type of run? Is it just going to be those different kind of top speeds that we're going to see? 48.040. 5 frames faster than Zas. I mean, this section looks so similar. I think Zas managed to nudge 2.2k here. Oh, there's barely anything splitting them at this point. I mean, Zas was actually faster here by about 150 UPS. Has Strangeland just had an absolutely unbelievable final section. He's going to have one rocket here sending him into the end. 2.7k. I think that's got to be one of the fastest that we've seen right at the end. Dude, that's just so clean, though. It's not even the some of the top speeds were significantly higher up until like we saw right at the end there in the final rocket. It's just that keeping that quality at every single checkpoint, at every single rocket that he's firing. Let's go do the victory parade for Strangeland to get our winner here for the VQ3 discipline of round 4. We've got Zas in chat saying he's working all day today to try and just nudge in a faster route, but could not get it there. Strangeland being the competition that beats him. So I was thinking that maybe has he got too few rockets here, but no, not at all. 2.739 final speed there. Congrats, Strangeland. This makes the competition really, really interesting at the moment because I'm gonna have to look something up, guys. I have to look at. So round 1 was won by Yotun. Round 2 was won by Hades. Round 3 was won by Zas. And now round 4 is won by Strangeland. So we've had a different VQ3 winner for every single round so far. In fact, the only player that we would expect to have won one so far who hasn't is Dex. Is that right? Like, it doesn't feel right, is the thing. But I think that's right. Dex has got seconds, but he hasn't managed to get himself first. Yeah, guys, I see people talking about the prize pool. $8,354 and 10 cents. Unbelievable prize pool, guys. Congrats to DeFRaG, honestly. I don't know what else I can say there. Before we move over to the CPM Pro demos, gonna show my demo just so that we can compare basically how much better everybody is than me. Because my demo is nowhere near as fast as these guys. And I think I got just into the top 50s, I believe. Has Zas got a different demo? Can someone share it with me? Hang on, I'm gonna... It feels wrong, though, to show a faster demo at this point. I feel like at the end of the show, I will show this demo, but I feel like I kind of want to restrict it to the... You know, the competition runs at this point. Once we get to the end of CPM, I'll show the better run, but I don't want to take away from Strangeland having gotten this victory. Oh, is it a botched run?
Balls out.
Okay, so it's not a complete run then. Alright, that does change things, to be fair. Give me a second, chaps. Now I'll make the demos faster. Yotun, man, what's up? Thank you so much for the 4 months and congrats again on your performance, dude. You're so damn quick. Alright, let me check. Is that going to read it straight away? Then we go over to mine. Apologies for YouTube people who are probably thinking, what is going on at the moment? Is this going to be like Hades run? Because that looks quite different, to be fair. Even the quad bit looks a bit different. What? What? Oh man. Oh, if only the run was completed. If only, you gotta land these runs, man, to get them up to the top. But that, man, if no one else, like if that was the only one person as well to get that, I love that because oftentimes you see some routes shared and stuff, but that was all Zas there. Well, unfortunately, nobody else had the tech to do it, so we didn't see it in official competition. Guys, if you want to see it again, I'm going to let you clip or look at the VOD. It's available right now if you want to see it, but let's move on with like my shitty run and then the official ones. But I'm happy that it's been caught on stream, and thank you, ZeeL, for sharing that with me on Discord. So this is my crappy run. I'm not really sure because we're going into like super fast territory, and there's been so much route variation at around my skill level and a couple of seconds better that I'm not really sure what to expect. And I don't take a particularly direct route, and the type of rocket jumps I'm doing aren't highly technical either. They're mostly quite flat jumps. Yeah. I used 10 checkpoints. Again, there's nothing crazy about that. I finish on 3.3k. So, I'm not trying to boast or anything. I'm just showing that's me, because, you know, me. But now we go to the actual pros. And let me just get my thing working. And we are going to be starting with Torna. He will be our first run to look at here in the top 20. So I was late 41s. We are now in the 37s. We are 37.680 from Torna. Welcome to CPM, everybody. Oh, wow. So that is getting used. That is a lot of speed. 2k up there. What? Okay. And that's 1.2k off the lower sort of entrance. How's it got so many rockets? That was cool. I guess I would play it again, guys, but I think we've got a lot more of where that comes from, you know, in the following ones. Really nice run there from Torna. Yeah, some unexpected routing there, but taking a lot of early checkpoints and getting that sort of slightly fewer checkpoint finish, at least one fewer, should I say. I was just seeing what Zas is saying. Ten times before last, even not a single run to direct teleport. Just to believe CPM is played back at 1.5 times speed. It does bloody feel like it sometimes, doesn't it? We are moving one frame faster. We're going to go with Writhe now. So I feel like I got something half right with the slick there. Alright, at the moment, this is... Okay, never mind, it's not the same. I will shut up now. So he's taking this upper route, but dipping, and he's clipping that. Whoa there. 2.7k here from Writhe. Mega fast at the moment. 3k, 3.4k over there. I like the way that he sort of, it's like a wall clip, but a ceiling clip towards the rocket boost section. Super nice there from Writhe. I'm expecting to see more of those rocket clips, by the way. I saw a demo maybe today or yesterday on Crazy Owl's stream, and someone did it there. I cannot remember who it was though, unfortunately. But definitely seeing it being a feature that at least a couple of the demos ahead are going to show, surely. We move over to Knight now. Knight did say at one point that there's a weird part in this, but maybe he set a faster time since where it won't be. It was on Doritos. Fair play, fair play. We're in top 18, guys. We are 37.592. Heavy route finding oriented. Yeah, that's what's been really fun about this map. I'm always scared that, like, at the end, everyone's just going to use the fastest route possible. Holy crap, man. I did not think anybody would use that section. That is bizarre. So it's got the one rocket. Wait. Wow, okay. Man, and that's such a hard jump to do. That is such a difficult jump to do. Accidentally shot a rocket after. I feel like I've got to see that one again just to understand where that. There's a rocket that went somewhere, right? I was just focusing on like the route. Like this bit is really straight. How do you even think of that? Wait, did that rocket do nothing? Is that the one that just fizzled? Man, imagine if you had another rocket. It's kind of into the ether there. It gave us a nice, soundtrack. Dude, Knight, such a cool run still. Absolutely love that. Congrats on the time. I guess no congrats on maybe that rocket could have given you an extra a few tenths. Am I doing it the wrong way? Extra few tenths. Yeah, let's invert it. And move to the next run before I don't figure out what I'm talking about. Holy crap, so Knight was on a 37.592. Now we're going to ZeeL on a 36.392. That's 1.2 seconds faster. I just don't imagine how you get 1.2 seconds faster. Still using the slick here. Lower route. Kings, let's go. Okay then. All right. I mean, again, that jump to take him up and over is also really hard. Oh, we have got... All right, the technology is being used. Really nice rocket jumps off those back walls, actually. Taking the right. Almost 3.5k. Super nice. It sounds like, maybe there's been some like cross VQ3 CPM tech, being shared. I mean, Zas is also up in the top 8. So we've got his CPM run to look at, which I'm really excited to see. But yeah, that's really nice from ZeeL. Coming up next, though, we're only a couple of frames or so faster. We move over to Quasar, 36.368. He's up in 16th position. Okay. So that section, we've had 2 in a row now using that. He is going to use it. And he takes the left route there. And you can see, I love that. It's like you're waiting for the bounce. He does use a very different route this way. Doesn't use the back wall. 2 rockets to go. Really nice. I just wish I was smart enough to think about using that sort of rocket boost strat, That was tremendously cool. Congrats, Quasar. We are now shaving off half a second going toward towards Enter's run, 35.808. An anonymous gifter just gave Zgaz a sub. Thank you very much, anonymous gifter. And there's Zgaz lurking in chat. That really cool run from the one we saw previously. Thank you for that. We are off to Rain's run in top 15. Oh, this is slightly different. Kind of like a hop and a skip over. So not too dissimilar to what we saw previously. Just kind of like a different flow to get there. It's got a lot of speed at the moment. We're seeing that sort of similar type of speed right at the end, but again, we're getting clean runs. Now the differences seem to be a little bit more in the midsection. How much time have we got to save, actually? We've actually got 4 seconds to shave somehow. Or maybe like 3 point something at this point, now that we're on the top 15. But loving seeing these different routes so far. Congrats to Enter on that run. Let's move over to Reigns. He is half a tenth faster, 35.760. Not using that initial slick. Very patient with his initial rockets. I just can never get tired of that. I just think it's so cool. 2.9k here. 3.6k right at the end. Really, really fast finish from Rain. Now seeing a little repetition of the type of routes that we're getting, but we're seeing that sort of increase in quality that we're getting from the individual runners. So Rain making that an even cleaner route. Patient with certain rockets at the beginning, right? There's slight nuances there, but kind of leading into the same flow after the first 2 checkpoints, basically. Let's move over to top 13. We are going 2 tenths faster. We now got Santal's run, 35.520. Holy, dude, that rocket ground boost is bananas. Woo, that was flat. Wait, this is pretty different, isn't it? Taking the tunnel. He's not used the new tech. 2.8k at this point, man. This is incredibly quick. That's really, really hard to do. I only say that because not a million years will I see myself with that. This is rapid. Really, really rapid. And without using that tech, that's such like a change of gears all of a sudden, it feels like. Dude, that was just put your foot on the gas pedal and don't let go is what it felt like. That was just straight up quick everywhere. Really, really nice Santal. I like it a lot. God, I actually kind of want to see that again. It was just so cool. I feel like we're gonna see more of it, but man, just that from that rocket ground boost, it just looks really good. Just the amount of speed he has in this section, man. The plus 400 UPS on that one. And I don't know how he keeps that much speed around that corner. That's tremendously impressive. Super, super nice. That corner where people often take like their 8th checkpoint. Nuts. Guys, let's go to Proki. It's, wow, 7 tenths faster than Santal. 34.8 dead. There's that impressive rocket ground boost. Alright, it's going to be different to Santal, but not too dissimilar to what we have seen previously. Sort of as the crow flies to some degree, right? Yep, and he's going to use the new tech. That's a very tasty rocket. And it keeps amazing speed going through there. It's just like the little subtleties there that he keeps that momentum going. That's the taunt at the end. Brilliant run there, Proki. Really, really nice. Yeah, congrats on 12th place. Unbelievably, we're still going faster as we move onwards. We're going to Strangelove next. He's a frame outside of the top 10. 34.608. I'm also surprised we haven't seen more of those kind of like pre-runs, actually. Because that is room for that kind of maneuver here. Oh, okay. This was like what we saw from Knight, isn't it? Oh, well, that was pretty different how he did that. He didn't wait for the vertical push. Kind of let the rocket and just had full trust that it was coming imminently. It wasn't even necessarily like the fastest speed right at the end. Just a really super interesting run there. Hands shaking there. It's like when you've got everything's been going so perfectly so far, and you know that you've got probably the easiest section of the map to do, and it's like, don't mess it up. Really nice there from Strangelove. Love it. Let's go to Mentor. I think I'm saying it right. I like never know because there's just a distinct lack of vowels in this name. But he's in the top 10. He's a single frame faster than Strangelove. He's on a 34.6 dead. Almost 1700 UPS there. 2.2k. Dude, this is really fast. This is just super slick. Everything seems so incredibly deliberate as the rockets reload, essentially. It's straight away. Next rocket, next turn, next maneuver. Spectacular run there from Mentor. And it's like, we're only in the top 10, dude. Like, these all look... every single run I look at, I was like, yeah, that could be a number one time. Yep, that could be a number one time. Really, really awesome work there from Mentor. We are moving into... well, now not just top 9, but we're moving into the section where we have the VQ3 gods, like Delta and Zas, because next up is Delta, and after that, a frame faster is going to be Zas. So from 34.6 dead, we go to 34.528 with Delta's time. These next two players just showing us such quality in both disciplines. Very, very impressive. Whoa, all the way over. And he gets a little ramp boost there. There's the technology being used. He uses a slightly early rocket, it looks like. Whoa. 3.6k pretty much dead getting to the end there. Very, very nice there from Delta. Again, we're seeing these slightly unusual components to the run. He had so much speed going on that sort of, that lower area ramp in the sort of early section. Who said that? I guess a EU version of Zas. Well, now we've got the Zas going a frame faster than Delta. Slightly wider line, but it goes for that double jump. We saw that much earlier. It escaped me who did that early on. And straight down the line, which I don't know if it's fastest. I guess he doesn't deviate at all, but he's going like a 200 UPS, maybe slower than some others. However, he's not turning at all in the air, so there's got to be barely any difference in how that very final rocket's done. But again, Zas just showing us such quality between both disciplines, and maybe just taking inspiration from the CPM route that. Oh, this is something that could potentially be transferable into VQ3. That's like, yeah, crazy, crazy work. Let's move up into 7th place. We now get rid of 2.5 tenths. It's the name that I can't say at all, but he's got a 34.264. Let's call him Xbox. Just for now until I figure out how to say it. Don't think I've seen anyone go over 2.2k going up that little ramp. Oh my god. That's a lot of speed. Oh, 3.7k you basically had just then. Really, really nice work there. I feel like calling him the Xbox is just really condescending and rude. But super, super nice run. Again, we're seeing these routes getting cleaner and cleaner. It feels like we're really like getting the small increase in efficiencies, and the deviation between routes on CPM now is getting smaller and smaller as we get further to the top. But we still have quite a lot of time to save. We're going 2 tenths faster now. We're moving over to Hox's run. Debil is what he's saying. So I should call him that. Okay. Hox, it's like a wide line in there, little double jump to move him into checkpoint 3. This is a lot of speed to carry though. It's just so funny how these routes are so different to what like all the people streaming themselves are doing. There's different knowledge, there's different creativity. Definitely a very different level of skill as well, because these guys are unbelievable. Really nice run Hox. Again, it's those just minor tweaks. We're seeing super similar routes, but it's 10th here, 100th there, so on and so forth. We're into top 5 now. Icarus, who's been kind of floating. I feel like Icarus is always between like top 5 to top 7, 8 or something, no matter what the round is. He's doing brilliantly well. He's also the only runner to have a time in the 33s. 33.8 dead. Alright, stop trolling me, guys. This is gonna be on the VOD now. That YouTube's gonna see you. Alright, these little wall clips as well. 2.5k at this point. 2.3k sustained. This is fast. Oh my god, we're almost getting to 3.7k on the finish line. Nutty stuff there. Icarus, I mean, he's just raising the bar again from what we've seen. As those transfers over in the midsection. Incredibly nice work there, Icarus. Now we're getting into the territory where it's kind of the 4 players that are protecting the top spots here in the CPM component of the competition. Because we are going almost a second faster. We're going to number 4 time, which is Goblins, with a 32.904. 1.7k there, Jesus Christ. Really flat rocket jump there. 2. Okay, but he's going around. Okay, so he's using a slightly different route, but the amount of speed here. Feels like he's floating in the air forever. There's twists and turns. 2.5k. He just gets around that corner. It's so hard to keep a hold of that speed, though. over 3k getting through the teleporter. And touching pretty close to 3.7k. Immense work there from Goblin. And somehow, again, we've got to raise the bar even more. Shaftastic, thank you so much for the raid, by the way. And welcome, guys, to the DeFRaG World Cup stream. Yeah, insane speeds that we are seeing. Well, just over a tenth faster than that, guys, is Baz's run on a 32.784. Baz makes it into the top 3 on this. He's trying desperately to protect the lead he's got in the competition. And we'll see the points when they're delivered after how close he got to it. All right, okay, so there seems to be some similarity. He gets into the top section. This gives you so much more speed going down there. You don't have to use that extra rocket. Whoa there. Is that 3k here going through? Just choosing that direct route. I feel like I've got to look at that again because that was something that we've not seen at all. So he's getting that extra speed on the slick. But he somehow manages to get to the top section. So 3.2k going into there. Usually people are using a rocket to increase their speeds. Wait, did that verticality thing work? I didn't see where he got that vertical boost from, the rocket. Was it just because he must have been rocketing and it was also like happening together? It just happened. It did work. Yeah, that was super, super nice, Baz. We move on to Anne's run next. He is top 2 with a 32.704. 800ths faster than Baz. Man, this slick work. Anne is just the slick master, by the way. $3.3k into that. Using the same route as Baz. I just love the turning. It just looks so smooth. Up to 2.5k. Just under 3k here at the end. Almost 3.7. That turn that he got where the sort of the final few checkpoints are after you've done that transfer from the new tech, let's call it. He didn't get the fastest turn there, so I wonder, like, obviously this grinding this takes for ages and ages, but I feel like there's a difference there. That suddenly, like another run, you never know, he could be two tenths faster potentially, getting himself to maybe 2.4k, 2.5k like we've seen instead of the 2.3k that he had there. But like, I'm sort of picking at bits that, you know, I'm not worthy to pick at. That's still an unbelievably good run from Anne. It's just that was just the one component of the run that I've noticed is a little bit different to some of the others that we've seen. But amazing work, Anne. Absolutely amazing. Getting the top 2. Definitely someone as well that we consider very much a strafer, a slick map runner. And that I think we're still getting into everybody's heads that this guy is also tier 1 with weapons as well. So, yeah, super, super nice. Let's go over then to our number 1 run, guys. DeFRaG World Cup 2021. CPM Discipline Round 4 winner is going to be Woody. He's going to be a tenth and a half faster with a 32.552. Let's jump into it. Some tasty slick there. Very wide line out. So he's going for the double jump. Like we've seen this type of route before. He's going to dive straight in. Okay, I thought we were going to see the ceiling clip there, which didn't appear as much as I thought it would. But he keeps such good speed going around here. 3k getting through the teleporter. And he's going to keep the straight line going towards the end. there is your number 1 run. Congrats to Woody getting himself out there, giving himself a chance to defend his title. Let's do the victory parade for him. I'm actually really surprised that the final few runs here have been actually quite different. There's been a string of similarities, but this is kind of a sort of old route in some senses. I'm amazed he managed to get 1.5k on that slick going down. That's really insane that he got that speed without having to use that extra rocket, I think. Getting around like this though, and amazing. So nice, Woody. Yeah, I say old route, right? It doesn't make any sense. I'm using it old in the context of what we've seen on the stream, right? But what we've seen in sort of the other ranks, Woody's kind of taken that and adapted that even, more so, and come up with this. So super nice. Congrats there to Woody, and congrats to Strangeland for being number 1 as well in the VQ3. Before we move into the round 5 reveal, I think a lot of you know what there is to come. The question is, though, guys, what is this time? So we've just had a 32.552 from Woody. This is a CPM tool-assisted speedrun of the map. What are we getting, guys? We're going to go into unprocessed and then processed. 27.5 is a guess. I'm feeling like 27s as well, if I'm honest. 32.6. 26s. 8 seconds. 24s. I feel like the sort of... I think we get 27s feels like the sort of average almost. Maybe even higher is what people are suggesting. 15.8. Let's do it, guys. Let's find out. See what humans aspire to now. There's the pre-run. Ah, so there is no initial slick. He somehow clips through that wall. What is this? 4.1k finish. 29.8! Dude, is that not so impressive that like Woody and the guys there in the top 20 are getting so close to like a task run like that? I find that insane. Yeah, it's slower than I thought, but I mean, unbelievably like impressive work from the runners. This is a processed one, so this might not hurt your eyes quite as much. That rocket there is nuts. This demo is slow down, oh my god. I mean, we are catching up to the robots. That's the stomach glitch for those flicks. Whew. Alright, guys. Well, what a run of demos, man. I'm going to have to now jump into the new map. Which I'm going to do in a moment. I'm going to just quickly change the title of the stream. Round 5 preview. Okay. So I'm going to exit from there for a second, and we are going to... I'm going to download